First couple months was trending about 20 bucks or 20K, then 30K, then 50. Then last year we did $1 million, and 10,000.
What's going on, everybody? Arne here with another episode of the Community and Conversion Show. And today we've got special guest, my buddy, Tim Madden, who has built a 7-figure coaching business using LinkedIn and some very slick automation. And right before we hopped on, he also told me he grew his group by over 5,000 members using the same LinkedIn automation. So as somebody who's, much more versed in Facebook groups, I'm super curious to hear how he did this too. So make sure you guys watch this episode till the end. And as always, subscribe for more. We drop a new episode live every single week and put it out on iTunes, YouTube, and here on my personal profile on Facebook. So make sure you guys are showing up because this stuff is massively valuable and you got to just pay attention. So Tim, thanks so much for coming on, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad to be here.
It's gonna be a fun one because I've seen firsthand your journey of going from a couple of different businesses towards what you're doing now and hitting these major breakthroughs and then riding the wave. So I really want to talk about 2 things today, or 3 things that I think the audience is really going to benefit from. Number one, seeing your evolution and some of your story of how you went from this to this to this. Number 2, some of the principles of your success, because like you're a super dedicated person, you're very smart, you have a really solid mindset. And number 3 is the actual nuts and bolts and strategies. So I know it's a lot to fit in. You can probably write a few books about all of that, but yeah, really excited to dig in. So if you guys are watching live, make sure you guys say hi. And oh crap, I think we lost Tim. Hopefully we still got me. Anyways, so like I said, Tim is going to be diving into how he's using LinkedIn to build his coaching business, build his group, and it's going to be a really, really fun session. So there he is again. Welcome back. So let's dive in with the story a little bit, because it's been so awesome to see how you got started and the evolutions you've had to now build up the 7-figure coaching business. So let's jump in. How did you get started with all this a couple of years ago?
Yeah, the funniest thing is I just look back, right? Remember 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, it was me and you. You remember the size of my small apartment. It was probably 5 or 6 years ago. Man, time flies. And you were just getting started too. And I was doing the headhunting business, which is crazy. We grew that not because of LinkedIn automation either, just because of, hey, when we were at the business email, man, we'd find decision makers' emails, try to sell them a product or service. We were doing B2B. We ended up doing, in 5 years, we sold about $8 million worth of staffing. Unfortunately, though, pick your business partners right, man, if you're getting started. Not that there was anything wrong, but here's the things. Our goals weren't aligned. So as me, Mr. Grant Cardone 10X guy, I'm like, let's grow it big, And then we got to a point where he was like, hey, man, I have more money than, I know what to do with. So, hey, off topic, if you're going in business with someone, make sure your goals are aligned, right? He didn't want to grow some big company. So we kind of had a falling out because of that, because, I was trying to grow it or et cetera. So here I am, successful, thinking, what was I going to do next? As I was headhunting, I was using LinkedIn, using automation, which we'll go through in a second. And I was getting a hold of people that needed career services. So imagine me at the headhunting company. I couldn't place someone and they're like, they didn't get the job or whatever. Hey, pay me a little bit of money and, we'll use some proven tactics and strategies I've worked for with other people. So I started doing it a little bit. So it was like $1,500 there, $2,000 there. And then once I stopped the recruiting company, I said, hey, how big can I build this? So what do other coaches do? Hopefully, if you're watching this, they connect and collaborate with other people, man, because that's how I learned how to run the start of my program, which was how do you make a successful group plus individual plus massive support so people achieve their goals. So I took that model, made a couple changes, and then I needed more leads. The cool thing about, and I've done it all on LinkedIn. Now, obviously, And by the way, let's fast forward to this company started to take it actually seriously full-time August of 2019. First couple months was trending about 20 bucks or 20K, then 30K, then 50. Then last year we did $1 million, and 10,000. And I hired in April, plus in April is when I started hiring people. Then we hired a bunch more people. Fast forward to 2021, we've done about $700,000 of revenue this year already, and we're on track to do 2.3 million. So before I tell you the stuff I've been doing, dude, it works. It absolutely works. And yeah, when you can, you know, a lot of people just have problems getting them on the calendar. Obviously, there's a lot to involved in this, right? How are you branded? What's your product and offer? How are you coaching them? Are you getting results? All of those type of things. But mainly, I think a lot of people struggle with leads. So I'll tell you specifically what I did. So when I was first getting started, starting to use this system, here's what I figured out. Number one, a couple things about LinkedIn, right? It's a different animal than Facebook, Instagram, or whatever. People use it for business. So immediately, if you're trying to sell stuff on there, dude, you're going to get blocked, cussed out, all these things. So you really have to do a very specific, genuine approach, because I know a lot of people have used this before and said it doesn't work. Well, if it hasn't worked, then you're doing something wrong. It's kind of like Facebook ads, right? Oh, I tried, it didn't work. Well, dude, it was your copy, it was your targeting, it was something, right? So the first thing is, I had to use the good news is I came from a credible source. I was already a seasoned headhunter who, you know, has already had a lot of credibility coming into this. I've already helped a couple people. And if you're getting started, obviously use your first people, get testimonials from them, whatever product or offering you have. And then think of your LinkedIn profile as a landing page, not about me, right? So if it's, you know, for me, it was, I help my clients land 6-figure jobs in 90 days. That's my title. Tim Madden underneath it. Hey, I help clients, and most people put electrical engineer. I'm like, hey, I help my clients do this. Then in the summary was just, you know, through good copy, digging into the pain a little bit. Hey, are you struggling in your career and you keep applying to job boards online and not getting any results? You know, so that's just market research of your clients. So either way, I optimize my page. Then the next is, what audience are you targeting? Here's the beauty of LinkedIn. Holy crap. If you access Sales Navigator, you can target any kind of person. Think of just Facebook and YouTube on steroids. For instance, I can pop into Tampa right now, and even if I'm selling B2B or B2C, I'm doing B2C. So who's my target audience? I help directors, VPs, and executives. So I could easily run a list through Sales Navigator, target those people. I run a list in Tampa alone, guys. There's 110,000 people who fit that criteria. So you put in whatever criteria, directors, VPs, executives, more than 10 years of experience, etc. And then I let automation roll. Here's my first message that I use through automation. Hey, Arne, I'm a seasoned headhunter in Tampa, and I thought it made sense to connect. Hey, if you ever have any questions about your career, let me know. So that's message one. They accept the message, and then they're hit with just a small drip. I don't overwhelm them. But the second drip goes like, hey, I wanted to invite you to an exclusive community of other directors, VPs, and executives. Inside this community, we collaborate, we network, and share best practices. Based on your profile, based on you being an industry leader, I thought it might be of value to join this. We started that in August. Now we have 5,500 people in the Facebook group. This is, besides people inviting their friends, this is the only way I promote it, is through this automated tool. And as you can imagine, August to now, 5,500, now people are inviting their friends. It's going to be massive. So additionally, LinkedIn lets you have access to their data, which everyone wants, right? Their email address. How can I get their email address? Now, there's two types of people. Some people say, well, isn't that kind of spammy, right? And to that, I would say a couple different things. But here's the first email because there's software out there where you can get their email as well after you connect with them. I put them into a 7-day drip campaign, Artie. Here's the first email. Hey, if you want to learn ways to accelerate your career, and hear about all these big salary increases, I'm so glad, I'm delivering this to you now. If you don't want to hear about that stuff, click here to unsubscribe. So the first couple of emails literally say, click here to unsubscribe. Mm-hmm. And you can imagine, based on the copy, etc., like 2% unsubscribed. So not only am I doing direct outreach to people saying, do they have a need now? I'm putting them in the Facebook group to nurture them. And I'm putting them essentially on my email list where I'm sharing testimonials and all of these things. And now I have about 10 profiles doing that. So every time I add a new person to the team, whether they're whatever there is, hey, we're using your profile for automation, and they're in a new market. So this allows us to generate about 1,000 emails per week, connect with 1,200 people a week. Hey, can we all make an assumption that if you're connecting with 100 people a day, no matter what you sell, right? You're probably eventually going to run across someone who's interested. I made the joke of, like dating, right? Here's an analogy from dating to LinkedIn automation. Imagine going into a dating app and saying, Arne only wants someone who's 5'5", blonde hair, blue eyes, has a bachelor's degree, and lives in Miami, Florida. Imagine it spitting out Arne, oh, by the way, who's 24 years old or whatever the case, right? 24 to 28. Boom. Imagine 6,000 people there. And imagine you reaching out to 100 of those a day. Dude, you going to get a date, Arne?
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. So really, it's really exciting. It's blown up my business. I've connected with so many phenomenal people as well. I'm saying like CEOs of big companies, VPs of big companies, just so many contacts. It's been amazing.
That's awesome, man. So I hope you guys listening are picking up what he's putting down here on a couple of things. Number one, the super targeting that you can get there is incredible. You can't even get that with Facebook ads, it's organic. It's something you can leverage with automation. It's something that all you guys should be figuring out how to do. And I really like the angle that it helps with the group growth too, just kind of having those extra touch points and building the email list as well. So kudos, man. That's really awesome. So like if somebody wanted to set something up like this, how long does that take them? And like what do you do?
Man, exactly. Guys, it'd take you less than 60 minutes. What you'll need, here's where most people fail, okay, is number one, your LinkedIn profile has to be optimized down to your product or service. So we got people in here that sell clothes. They do whatever, right? They're a coach. They try to get someone. The biggest thing is, hey, are you branded correctly? So that's important. So, and honestly, a lot of people struggle with branding themselves. And if that's you, guys, hire someone else to build an optimized profile with you, highlighting the product or service you solve. It's absolutely worth a couple $100 investment. So you'll need that. The next thing you'll need is LinkedIn Sales Navigator. The cool part about this is they actually give you a free trial for 30 days. This is going to allow you, probably watch a couple of YouTube videos on how to use it effectively. But this is going to really show you how specific you can get, and your market's going to be different than anyone else's, right? So how can we build a list that are really your dream clients, right? For instance, are they young? Are they old? Are they this? Are they that? There's many different functions that you can use. Then the next thing, after your profile's hooked up, optimized, after you have access to Sales Navigator and you built a list, you're ready for automation. We use one right now called Octopus. It's $20 a month. And literally, once you optimize your profile, build your list, you just have to figure out your messaging sequence. So this is probably, hey, if you're just getting started, probably not the best. If you've got a little bit of traction in your business, hey, absolutely, this would help you probably tremendously. And once you set up this automated tool, you just run it every single day.
Nice. That's awesome. So yeah, I've seen so many different things like that. in different areas, and especially over the last year or so, everybody's talking about more about that one-to-one outreach, the appointment setter role, all these things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so cool to see these different tools popping up. Like our guest speaker recently was somebody who was teaching some of the messaging strategies. The one before that
Mm-hmm.
was somebody who has a software that's like a messenger CRM for Facebook. So
Yep.
people are just gravitating more towards this. They want to figure out how to get better at it, because we all don't want to be that spammy person in the DMs. We don't want to, scare people
Mm-hmm.
off. We want to do this the right way and know it's still going to be producing results. So that's incredible, man. And I know you're working on the software to help with this too,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I was talking to you about every good entrepreneur, right? They say, hey, this software is pretty good. But what if you didn't even have to log in every day to do this? What if this data exported immediately? What if all of these things would be done that would literally save you hours and hours? Imagine how much, manual reach out takes forever, guys. You're going to sit there, you're going to pay someone. Wouldn't it be nice just to set it up, do what it needs to do, plus a little more? So we really just made it for our business, and we're going to promote it to. Let me just share with you some of other people. This tool, don't tell anyone, we use for our clients. So imagine me, I'm a director of marketing, 20 years. Say I'm trying to get a VP job, right? Well, in Chicago, let's get specific on this. Hey, I only want to work at a company, Tim, that's 500 to 5,000 people in these industries. You can even do industry specific in tech, in retail, or whatever. After our clients join us, we use the same automated system to connect them with people that are apt to hire them on LinkedIn. So what we do is, who's going to hire a VP? Probably the chief marketing officer. So, hey, do you think getting in front of 100 chief marketing officers a day, if you're trying to get a job, is going to help? Absolutely. You wouldn't even believe it's getting these people on 5 to 8 interviews a week. So we literally set up the same software for them to get a job. Arne, last year, we helped 714 people get jobs.
Nice.
Most of them over 200K because of this system. So it works to get people a job. So we're going to promote to those people as well. And it helps for a business of any type, because that's what I've used it for. There's so many benefits that come out of this too. Imagine what business owner doesn't want to increase their brand? That's most people's biggest problem. That's what Grant Cardone says all the time. Hey, your biggest problem right now is, dude, not enough people know you, right? Dude, this is a way to get in front of 100 more people a day. And if you're just starting in business and you're not some 8-9 figure guy, this will absolutely help you get there, right? So, we're going to promote it to not only businesses, coaches, etc., but for people looking for a job. Like LinkedIn is super phenomenal in the laser targeting that you can do. And here's the message that we send for these people. The point is, we won't go too much into copy, but light, right? Like not selling anything, even people getting a job. Here's their message for it that we use. Say I'm connected to that chief marketing officer. Hey, John, I was searching for my next opportunity and I thought it makes sense to connect. Hey, over the past 15 years, I've been doing this in marketing. Let me know if you ever want to have a conversation. See how that's like, hey, it's super light. What's the next thing that user, that audience is going to do, though? They're absolutely going to look at his page and say, hey, is this guy legit? Does he have a track record of success, etc.? And which we build for them as well. So essentially, we're a career coaching company and we help people with interviewing and stuff. But really, man, we're a marketing company, right? We're taking a guy, we're highlighting all of his skills in relation to his job. And then we're literally hitting him with 100 people a day, which gets people hired really quick.
That's awesome. That's so cool. It's just like the whole process on steroids. And you're right. It's completely marketing. It's marketing themselves,
Mm-hmm.
And the same principles apply. So everybody out there watching or listening, think of how this applies to you. You got to have your attractive character brand that's going to resonate with whoever you're going after. So building that out, getting that built up first, then figuring out who that person is that you're going after, setting those filters, and then going out, making some contact. So that's incredible, man. And so real quick, I saw a couple comments coming. You can keep going. We'll get some questions.
Yeah, even for you as an entrepreneur, I have your message, right? Because Arnie's like, hey, Tim, I'm just on Facebook. I'm like the Facebook group guy, right? Yeah, but you also own the community, the MEC, right? So, dude, even you can log into LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Who are you trying to target? Dude, people who are entrepreneurs, man. Dude, put in job title entrepreneur, a couple years, right? Or whatever the search criteria is. United States, guess what? Now there's 3 million of them every single day. Imagine, hey man, notice you're an entrepreneur. The reason I wanted to connect is I have the largest free group where we're dropping knowledge bombs or whatever. Dude, that would help you. Imagine 100 a day. Dude, that's 36,000 people you'd hit in a year. Do you think some of those people would want to join your group, hook up on your ebook, down your Facebook group funnels? I mean, and if you have other team members, optimizes their profiles, use it for the same thing. So it can even, benefit you, it can benefit everybody.
Yeah, even in just a super quick search, just type business coach, 3.1 million results.
Boom.
That's incredible. Like there's, let's say, you filter it down times 100, you're still at 30,000 potential ideal people.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. That's going to be a whole year worth of reach outs right there.
Absolutely. And imagine funneling people to your program, taking their email as well, throwing them in a drip campaign that you already got set up. It's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. Love it, man. So first off, when's the software coming out? Cause I know everybody want to buy some of that. And is there anywhere else that you teach these methods or more just kind of with the software?
Great question. So number one, the software, if I had to guess, we're looking at June 1. It's nearly 98% built. I've been testing it. We're going to have a couple other, just kind of a couple more people to add, and then we're going to be ready to go. Check this out. We're adding, and hey guys, we're going to sell the software for like $30 a month, right? Version 1, we'll have some special deals. So it's literally going to cost you really nothing. But here's what we're doing with our first set of users, Arne, is because so many people buy these tools and they fail. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple Zoom video calls for anyone that signs up on June 1st. For 4 weeks, we're going to deliver an hour to 2 hours of value of, hey, let's work with you specifically on making sure your audience is good, make sure you're targeting the right people, make sure your messages aren't spammy, making sure your profile is optimized so you literally can't fail. So with the first set of users who's doing this, we're literally going to be delivering tens of thousands of dollars worth of business knowledge, which we've been accumulating over the years. So literally this will be quite possibly the best investment you could ever make in your business for $30 a month. Cancel it anytime. So yeah, it's going to be pretty exciting. There's also so many cool things that you can do building off of that, but obviously the LinkedIn automation, the scraping tool is really, really valuable. And here's another thing. We post content on LinkedIn. So imagine you, not only are you connecting with all these people, some connect, don't join the Facebook group, even dropping a little nuggets every once in a while on LinkedIn, everyone you're connected to is going to see it just like on Facebook. And Facebook's limit is 5K, dude, LinkedIn's 25. So nice. You can literally get in front of a lot of people. So if you really want to get your brand out there really quickly, this is a phenomenal system that's helped me.
Love it. Can't wait, man. I know I'm gonna be signing up and trying it out. We also had somebody asking about, would love to learn more about your service, seeking a growth marketing product manager position. So Angela, make sure to connect with Tim after this. And Angela says, would love to use this, promote myself as a growth marketing consultant. Awesome. And Carlos says, thank you for the nuggets. Appreciate you, Carlos. Yeah, so definitely connect with Angela after this. And who else has some questions for this strategy? Because I know that's it's awesome to see that kind of in motion, the big picture of it, LinkedIn, automation, adding to the list, all that. But how do we make sure we get those new contacts converted into sales opportunities?
Yeah, great question. So number one, So unfortunately, where I'm at in my business, I invest a tremendous amount of money on marketing. So I'm retargeting these guys on Facebook. I'm doing this. We have PDFs and guides and etc. But what we typically do, what we've been most successful, this is going to sound silly because I think I talked to you about this, because me and Arne were at GrowthCon, last year, and Ryan Dice was there, the digital marketer, and he said, hey guys, number one thing to grow your business, email, right? Mm-hmm. So what I've been doing, my strategy has been this. We were sending like 2 emails a week and we were doing okay. People were booking calls and things were good. But as we were growing as a team, I was like, man, F that. Let's nab these emails. Let's send them to the group and let's just bomb them with emails. Now, when I say this, I am delivering value. I'm not just trying to spam people, but I will tell you, Monday, we send 2 emails. Tuesday, we send 2 emails. Every other single day of the week, we send an email. Our unsubscribe rate is probably 3 to 5%. And this has allowed me to book 3 people's sales calendars completely full with high ticket coaching leads. So if you're looking for high ticket coaching leads, I nab their information, provide value in the group, some book calls then, but then I just send a lot of credible emails. I'm sharing testimonials. I'm sharing stuff that's going on in the market. I'm just, have a very effective email strategy campaign, and people book just a tremendous amount of calls.
That's incredible, man. Yeah, I think a lot of people forget that the fortune is in the follow-up. And I always kind of catch people with this one, because most people, they have 5, 7, maybe 14 days follow-ups in their emails. Tim, how many days we got in a year?
365, dude.
365.
Happy Memorial Day. Happy 4th of July. Like, dude, every day, man. Every day. And hey, email is the biggest thing that will grow your business and make you money. So if you suck at it, hire someone, hire a consultant, hire someone who can create it for you. I do know one of my friends just hired someone who was just getting started in copywriting. He pays him this is probably a good rate, but he pays him $1,500 a month to send like 5 emails a week. Because of these 5 emails a week, he fills a whole person's sales calendar and makes about 70 grand off that.
That's incredible.
Dude, 1,500 to like email your people. They will not remember you, dude. Facebook is so busy, Instagram, TikTok, dude, it's hard to keep people's attention. You have to stay top of mind like all of the time. How do you do that? Hey, Facebook omnipresence, email omnipresence.
100%. Yeah, that's where the money's at with all this, because those first contact points, they might happen, but they're likely going to get missed. So having that whole ecosystem, like I'm always talking to my clients about this. They come to me for groups and I'm like, all right, cool. Groups is 10% of what we do. Now let's fix the other 90. Let's get your follow-up game. Let's get some phone numbers. Let's get some emails. Let's really build out this machine so it does the heavy lifting for you. And you guys have just completely kicked ass at that and been like just tremendous growth. Like you said, you started this business end of 2019.
Yeah. And the first month, it was just me. I was accounting, sales, and fulfillment. And it kept that way until August. Now, mind you, in between that time, I did about 500K on my own. And then I hired a sales guy. And then this year, we will it's hard to, if we just did what we already did, which obviously that's not Mr. 10X man, you know what I mean? Like, dude, I'm trying to hire more salespeople, get more leads, etc. So if we did just what we did this year, that'll be 2.3 million in 2 years and a couple months. Yeah. So, I mean, who wants financial freedom?
Right.
Right. And if you have a problem, here's the beauty of it too. Here's what I love what I do in the coaching program. We can get people on so many damn interviews and we can prep them, but everyone's going to have a skill cap, right? As of right now, dude, it doesn't matter. Like, guys, even if you're not good at sales, dude, let's get 20 coaching clients on your thing. Can you close one, right? Do you know what I mean? And hey, when you close one, invest into something else so you can get your sales game better. So literally it's like, if you don't take advantage of this, like something's not right.
Yep. Love it, man. That's awesome. You get me hyped up to try it out more. I'm not even doing LinkedIn.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try it out for sure. And can't wait for the software. So, as we get towards wrapping up here, I love to kind of pull the overall message with this. Well, actually kind of go back to, like I said, we touched on the story, touched on the strategies. I want to hear about the principles that have helped you be successful with this, because like, I love your mindset. You're on it. You're in growth mode. And so what are the kind of the things that, those mindsets that you have that helps you just kick ass like this and scale up and, not hit any revenue ceilings or always stretching for more? What's helped you really power all this?
Yeah. So the first for the past, and I took a break on doing this, so shame on me. For the past 2 months, I haven't done this. I kind of just took a breath because I've been working hard for, over a year. But during that year, here was been the biggest thing that determined my business. Every single day. It's funny, you made that post yesterday. You said, hey, 9 to 12 is my time, guys. 9 to 12 is my time for all of the things that you're trying to do. 8 to 10 was my time for a year. So when I started the day, I did not check client emails. I was not on Facebook. I was focused on one thing. What can I do for the next 2 hours that's going to help me in the future? So for instance, some days it was sales process. How can we get this? Some days it was going through objections. Some days it was, hey, let's figure out this landing page. Let's keep testing the email. You know what I mean? All these email campaigns and just all of this stuff every single day, 8 to 10, I was focused on how can I make this program better? How can we sell more? How can we get in front of more people? How can we increase our overall brand? Every day, man, every day. Because here's what I learned, man, just from time management. Guys, you're never, ever, this took me so long to figure out. You're never going to get everything you need to get done in the day. It's not fucking going to happen. Period. There's literally, I don't care if you're working 12 hours a day, there's always still going to be more to do. So finally, I just said, hey, 8 to 10 every single day could literally, it's more important than servicing your customers. It's more important than, all of these checking, accounting, making sure, oh, this guy, whatever the case is, dude, hey, growing your business, writing your own email marketing, producing your own content, developing your brand, all of these things I said has been the most contributing factor to this. And now, yeah, I've hired a lot of people. So we have marketing, we have writers, we have other coaches, we have salespeople, we have operations. So yeah, that's been the single biggest thing though, because think about it. If you do all of the busy work that you have to do today and you don't focus on the one thing to grow your business, guys, you're going to blink and 6 months is going to disappear. And those are the same people that get stuck at wherever you're at, right? Maybe you're at 5K a month, maybe it's 10, or dude, I know a lot of people stuck at 50. Maybe you're stuck at 50. Well, dude, I guarantee you, spend 2 hours a day, Monday through Friday, on weekends to focus on just growth, etc., brand awareness. Dude, you will absolutely get past that. But so many people get stuck in that rut of, I have to do so much to get to 50K every single month. And they're not focusing on, the other aspect, the more important stuff.
Yeah, that long game. And I remember, first up, totally agree with all that, 100%. Love it. And I remember you sharing that, when you were, still on the phones yourself and making that transition towards getting salespeople in, that was like a difficult period where it's like, well, I gotta, bring these new people on, I gotta train them up. So what was that transition like?
For me, it was easier because I had 3 or 4 months by myself of doing everything where I was doing 40 or 50K. So I knew by hiring someone, even though he was sharp, there was going to be a learning curve. So fortunately, hey, I got lucky, or maybe I'm just a seasoned headhunter who identified the right person who is still with me now. And man, this has been an amazing story too. I just have to share this with my man, Derek. If he ever watches this, Derek was doing some work with the VA and helping veterans get money that was owed to him. The VA changed some policies. His business was doing that for 5 years, was over. And he had a family to provide for. And he's just a sharp, clean cut dude. And I said, hey, bro, I know you're looking for something else. What do you think about this? So for full transparency, we have a 6K offer. Our offer is 6K to work with people. And I give our salespeople 15%. So it's 900 a deal. I put calls on their calendar. Just last week or the week before, I paid Derek $6,700 in commission, dude. This year, I don't know how much he's made. I'm pretty sure he's made around, I'm not even sure. But this year, he will make $250,000. It's crazy. We have 2 salespeople. I just hired another guy, Luke, who he's 24 years old. And he just pulled in 70K of revenue and had like his first 10K month, the first month working together. So he was like, he's 24. He's like, oh my God, 10K. Yeah. I'm like, dude, we need to be worried about 30K. He's like, yes. So it wasn't difficult, man. I mean, yeah, it was difficult, right? Yeah, dude, I'm a military guy. So there's a high level of commitment. Dude, if you join my team, I'm not going to let you fail. So every single morning I met with them, I was on so many calls with them, on a call recorder, listening in, coaching them for at least 2 or 3 months. And wouldn't you know, he was successful, because sales is, hey, if you don't know the sales game, right? You got to spend a lot of time, but it is something that you could develop. And I'm sure Arne, like back when you got started, dude, you didn't come from a sales background, right? But hey, investing in yourself, developing, we're really big on investing in the company. We've hired so many people to help us, man, through funnels. And we hired Kamanzi, who got us into Entrepreneur. We're looking at these other things. And we invest in our sales staff, dude. So we bought a couple sales training programs. One was the FBI hostage negotiator guy, whatever his name is. I can't remember, but we sent Derek through that course. We've been through Sales on Demand with Russ Ruffino, just some magical dude. Just take your money and reinvest it. I assure you, the amount we've invested and the return that we got has just been ridiculous. So
100%.
Yeah. So it wasn't really a difficult transition for me because, dude, I was committed to making sure we would succeed. So we spent and we fucking worked every single day, man. How can we get better? Let's go through these objections. These are the ones that are coming. How can we identify this lead better? And now he's been with me a little over a year now.
Love it. Have you ever heard that saying, when all else fails, do the work? That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because people are like, oh, how do I get out of that or this? Well, if you tried everything else, how about you try doing the work? That's almost always the answer.
Dude, dreams don't happen on couches. They just don't. And, it depends. But here's the thing that I came to realize too, working with so many executives and directors making 100,000, 200, dude, just had an offer come in for $840,000, a CFO for a big company.
Wow.
But here's what I've learned, man. What's your ideal situation, guys? Before you get started, or if you're just getting started, you've been doing this for a while, not everyone wants to have a business that does $200,000 a month, right? Maybe you want to work a couple hours a week and pull 10K and go travel and do whatever. So I'd say number one, identify your ideal situation. Because all the people I work with, that's the first thing we talk about. Because it's not just, at the end of the day, money's good, but hey, man, how much do you want to work? What do you want to do? Do you want to be happy doing it? So some people want to live in the city. Some people want to live by the ocean. Some people want to live in the country. Dude, to each its own, right? But these strategies will help you generate a significant amount of revenue if you just start working at just a little bit each day, improving your marketing campaigns, tracking analytics.
Putting that work in. Love it, man. Well, that's a great note to end on. So, I want to say thank you so much for spending the time sharing the story, and everybody out there watching. Make sure you guys say thanks to Tim. Add him on Facebook if you want to stay connected. And Tim could be out doing anything right now, helping his clients, pushing buttons on LinkedIn, but he's here with us. So we really appreciate you, man.
Awesome. Thanks.
For sure. All right, guys, catch y'all next week for another episode, and have a great day, everybody. See ya.